Okay, we're going to come into a side lying position now. So dropping down, we're going to rest the head in the hands if that feels okay for you. And we're going to bring the knees so they're in line with the hips and the feet in line with the knees. We'll bring that top hand down to the mat if that feels okay. Otherwise, onto the top hip if you feel like you might have that tendency to roll that top hip. Now we're going to just do that parallel type clam here if that feels okay for you. So we're just lifting and lowering, just warming up, finding that glute. Maybe you take your hand to that glute and just cue it to work here for you. Maybe you inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift, or you can do the reverse breath pattern, saving that exhale like your superpower through the hardest part of the movement here, making sure that top hip doesn't roll forward or back. We'll take another 5 just like this. For 4, maybe you shut down the gaze and just think about that glute working, trying to take it a little bit out of the hip and more into that side booty, keeping that foot flexed. We're here for another 2. And on that next one, we're going to hold it at the top. So you can just relax the hips a little and just use that glute to take little pulses, opening and closing, that little rotation through the hip joint at the top. We're here for another 6, for 5, for 4, last 3, last 2, and last 1. We'll close it all the way down. From here, we're going to extend that top leg forward and we're going to kick it up towards the ceiling. Then we'll bring it down, bending the knee. Maybe you bring your hand down to the mat and then we'll extend it forward. So we're kicking it all the way up to the ceiling, bending it in like a clam sort of shell here, but a little bit more range of motion so you can bring it closer in towards your chest. And we'll do 3 more, really exploring your range of motion in that hip joint. Let's take 2 more here. Last one. Let's hold it out. We're going to pull it in. We do the reverse. We open, extend it to the ceiling. Maybe you flex that foot if you can add that in, if you feel like you know what you're doing. We open, you don't have to, but it would be a progression if it feels available to you. You just feel a little bit more activation there. Okay, we bring it in. Let's take 3 more this direction. Pulling it in, opening that hip, kicking that leg up towards the ceiling and controlling that straight leg down. You've got 2 more. And final one here. Now we're just going to keep it in those sweeps. Now if you can do that paintbrushing, we point to left, flex to lower for 8. For 7, you need to breathe here. 6. Last 5. 4 to go. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it all the way down. Give that booty a little bit of a smack. I'm just going to wriggle forward here. That booty a little bit of a smack if it's feeling a bit dead. And we're going to now extend that leg. We'll take it a little bit behind us. Now we'll keep the foot flexed. Now I want to make sure that it's behind my midline here to get the most out of that glute activation here. Now we take a nice big inhale. Those hips are still stacked. And we're going to start to swing that leg forward. We point and then we flex it as we draw it back. We're going for this little sweep here. Starting to think about your hamstrings. We've got 8 like this. For 7. Keep breathing through all of this work. We have 6. Nice straight leg, working everything hard, trying to isolate. So we're really stable through our tummy muscles here. So trying to isolate that leg. Last 3. Keep breathing through this work. Last 2. Last one, to hold it forward if you can. If you've got a little bit more in you, we lift it up. We take it behind the midline. We're drawing a circle. A little bit of rondeggion here. We draw that circle. 3 more this way. Up, bring it through. 2, really don't forget that. Taking it behind the midline, that's where you really engage that glute. Last one, can you reverse? Let's go for 5. We kick it behind, control it up. Sweep it forward, drawing nice big circles, exploring that range of motion through your hip joint. And we have last 2. Nearly there with this side. Last one. And bring it in, give that booty a little smack and come on up into a little mermaid position. We will just flush it out. Nice quick mermaids. Get those, the blood pumping around the body again, flushing out the hips after all that hard work, because we're about to go to the other side.